C-stacks. I don't like them. I mean, I kinda like them. I like some things about them, but I don't like them that much. Just to give you a little bit of background here, I've got about 160 hours of playtime at the writing of this script. Now it's about 190. My goal for the past 30 hours of playtime has been to buy all of the preset weapons in the game. Now obviously I still gotta level up a little bit for some of them, but buying everything that I've got unlocked is my goal right now. The current date of the creation of this video is December 4th. We're currently on patch number 2, and syntax error has been announced for next week. I'm gonna just cut straight to the chase on this one, okay? I think C-stacks take too long to get, and I'm basing this off of the cost of the preset weapons alone. This entire video is gonna be done under the assumption that you don't get any free C-stacks from your level ups, and we're gonna do that to make the math easier to understand. But I want you to know that leveling up to get C-stacks does not help you very much in this instance. Here's a little bit of a background point. I purchase 144 C-stacks per week, and I play about 12 hours a week. I've been playing a little bit more since Cook-Off and Turbid Station came out. On a normal week, it's 12 hours. Every week on Sunday, the C-stacks reset, which means you can buy them from scratch, and they increase in cost for every one purchase that you make. So if I buy 10 C-stacks, it's one price, then the price goes up for the next purchase and the next purchase, all the way up until the 10th time or 11th time? I think it's the 10th time.
It's the 11th time!
So to remain efficient, I buy each of them 9 times. Let's do a little bit of math to start things out. I know all of you love math. It was your favorite subject in school. This means that every 7 days, I make 144 C-stacks with no other outside factors included. Now, let's go take a look at one of the preset weapons and how much they cost. That's not 144 C-stacks. Most of the preset weapons cost 500 C-stacks. That means on average it's going to take me 3.5 weeks to afford a single preset weapon. However, because C-stacks reset every 7 days, we have to round it up to 4 weeks, because you can't have half a week because it doesn't reset in the middle of the week. This means for every preset weapon I want to buy, I need to spend a month earning money in C-stacks to get it. Now you may be saying, just play more and buy more C-stacks, right? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because this leads into my very first point. So point number 1 about why C-stacks are too expensive. I think time is incredibly valuable to gamers these days, and the preset weapon costs don't respect my time at all. As mentioned a moment ago, I spend 4 weeks of my time doing some pretty consistent work to get a weapon skin that's inferior to my already completely modded gun. This does not make sense. I can't change the skin on the gun, even though some of them already look pretty nice. So why would I not just stick to my standard moddable version? Just for like a real life example. Let's say I have the AK-47, okay? Wow, cool, it's an AK-47. I can hunt a lot of deer with that. Now, instead of the AK-47 for $1,000, what would you say if we could get you an AK-47 with a Supreme logo on it for $1 million? How does that sound? Now, I don't think it's inherently a cost of the weapons being 500 C-stacks problem. I think it's just part of this falling on the C-stack purchasing system. It relies on saving up money and buying a limited amount of C-stacks per week. This means purchasing them is time-gated, so it artificially extends the amount of time you're going to take to buy a preset weapon. Now, you could be arguing, oh, just buy more C-stacks, just get more money and buy more C-stacks. And to that I have to say, even if I have more cash, I feel bad spending 8 million on 10 C-stacks when I could just wait until Sunday's reset and spend 90k on it instead. So while I could just buy more C-stacks and grind even harder, why would I? Why would I do that? So initially I thought I was done recording this video, but I wanted to hammer one of my points home a little more. So if you see right here, I've got a spreadsheet that I made. In this little spreadsheet, it shows something that I pulled from Reddit, so thank you, kind Redditor, for the information. Using the information that I was too lazy to gather off of my own streams, I calculated how much money I spend each week on C-stacks. I then took that cost for 144 C-stacks per week, and I multiplied it by the number of weeks it would take, even though you can't multiply it by 3.472 weeks, just to see exactly how much it would cost to get 500 C-stacks. So if you look here, it cost me about 22 million to get 144 C-stacks. Now if we look slightly below that, here's the cost of the KN59. It's 500k, that's all it costs when you buy it, just flat out, no preset, nothing. And if you look slightly below that, there's the cost of the KN59 if you buy 144 C-stacks every week for 3.472 weeks. It's a little bit of a markup, as you can see here. The price difference as a percent is about 15,000% higher. Now that's all crazy and stuff, but I decided, What if those people that say, just buy more C-stacks, grind harder and buy some more C-stacks? Well, to you, kind Redditor, what I have to say is, the KN59 cost is 500k normally. When rushing and only buying 10 C-stacks in a 1 week period, no resets or anything, it costs $380,790,000 to get the KN preset. Which is a price difference, hang on. When you buy it this way, it's a price difference of 76,000%. So the moddable version that's much easier to purchase is objectively better and costs a lot less. Holy moly. So hopefully this hits that point of just buy more C-stacks. No, I won't. Now, even with all of this considered, even considering all the prices and the fact that I don't want to buy C-stacks beyond the 9 hits of each one that I do every week, why would I even buy a preset weapon? At the time it took me to grind those 500 C-stacks, 1 month, there's very little reason to use the weapon after the challenges are done for it anyway. So until I finish all the challenges in the game, why would I purchase a preset weapon? Now, a little bit of this has been alleviated by the fact that they added IP on heist completion, so this point's not as strong as it was when I wrote this script, but I'm still gonna stick with it a little bit, okay? Hear me out. I and many other people find ourselves asking, why would I ever even use a preset weapon? For example, I finally unlocked the AK preset, which was like 120 something infamy levels, and maybe it was like 115 or something. All my challenges are done for the AK. I have zero reason to use it, outside of the fact that it cost more $1 billion, but on top of that, I don't have any challenges for it. I'd rather just work on some other guns right now. So if I could even afford the preset right now, it would just collect dust until I'm done with all the other challenges. I think the worst offender too is that they have like a Ziv Commando as the first purchase. I like the Ziv Commando, and I am the only one that likes the Ziv Commando, so even though it's 100 C-stacks, it still feels like a wasted purchase. But I still use it, because I like the Ziv Commando for some reason. I don't know. Nobody likes the Ziv Commando but me, I think. Anyway, let's move on. So, do you know the crabs in a bucket mentality, like, comparison? So if you have a bucket full of crabs, they'll try to climb out the top. They'll try to climb out of the bucket. However, crabs will grab onto whatever they can to try to climb out of the bucket. So one crab will start to get towards the top and almost make it out, and then the other crabs will use it to pull themselves up. That's us if we don't change C-stacks right now. For example, if they wanted to change the prices of the C-stack presets, that's fine with me. Don't give me back the C-stacks that I've spent. I just want it easier for people to get them later, okay? I don't care. I will not be the crab that says, give me back all my money, don't change anything. I am here to walk so the future generation can run. I will plant a tree so that future Twitch chat generations can sit in the shade, and I can sit there and look on as my beautiful little baby Twitch chat has grown up, and they can have a beautiful little picnic as I grow old and decrepit, too old to hold my M308 preset that I could barely afford. I had to sell my house for that. We don't want to be crabs in a bucket. I know some of you bought the presets already, and now you got buyer's remorse, because, like, that's the moment I buy it, I've got buyer's remorse. We want to make sure people in the future will actually want to buy these presets. It needs to be changed. And I have solutions. Alright, so in an effort to actually make this video helpful and not just me complaining for upwards of 15 minutes, I have a couple solutions that I'd like to try to propose. So hopefully, maybe somebody will see this and be like, oh, maybe we should actually change it up. Alright, solution number 1. Daily C-stack rotation. So I think we should have a rotation of C-stacks that reset more often, maybe a few times per week, maybe daily, could be anything. This will get heisters to buy them more often, and maybe it's only like 3 hits of like 10. There you go. It doesn't even have to be a lot, but if I could get like 10 per day, that's an extra 70 per week, which cuts off half a week to buy a preset gun, at the current prices, okay? And I'm going to talk about prices in a minute, but some sort of daily C-stack reset would be fantastic, I think, or maybe another one added to the weekly, something. Just make it so it's less artificially time-gated. Make it so it relies more on me making money and less on me having a stockpile of money waiting to buy at the right time. I get what you guys were going for. I get it. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, Starbreeze had an economist on staff. Like, they had somebody really think this through and be like, oh, we need to make our money worth something after 200 hours of play. How do we do that? C-stacks was a fantastic idea. I think it's a great idea. It's just implemented a little weird right now. Now, my second solution, and I don't think anybody's ever thought of this one. This is a really, really tough one to come up with. Just reduce the price of the preset weapons. The Ziv Commando is at 100 right now, and that feels pretty good. I honestly, 200 is probably fine. I would say 200 is probably good. That means it would take me a week and a half of regular grinding 12 hours a week. Or, if I really want it in 1 week, I won't feel quite as bad buying my 10 C-stacks a little more, you know? If I'm really grinding out cash, or if I have some extra cash. I think 100 or 200 is a great price. We got the Lycan recently. It was the Compact 5 Lycan for 25. That's a little cheap, I think, but I'm not gonna complain. So I don't know, 100 to 200 probably somewhere in there. 150 even. That would be exactly how much I buy per week. One preset per week. Fantastic. So this part of the solution, I haven't researched a whole lot for Update 2, so if anything's different, Editing Me will handle this. But my third solution was give me more money per heist, so I don't feel yucky spending it on stuff that barely matters. So, for example, getting bonus loot on 99 boxes gives you basically nothing. They should keep the reward for the required amount of bags on every heist the same. I think that's fine. 99 boxes, for example, you get like pennies per bag extra that you cap. Give me more of that, so that I have a little more money. I think I would like if I could get some more money for some of these other heists. Road Rage is already too much, but don't nerf that because I like grinding it. But like some of the heists don't give you anything at all. Second World Bank could probably use a slight buff. Dirty Ice, I think when I have the idea of playing Dirty Ice, I puke in my mouth a little bit, because I know I'm gonna get 220k, and it's barely worth my time. Like, I could do a road raid, almost a whole road rage, in the same time I do Dirty Ice, and get 400% more cash. So maybe buffing those up a little bit. The other heists are pretty decent money per time spent, which is how I calculated this number. I didn't just sit there and be like, you know, Dirty Ice feels like it's a little less, but no rest feels like it's okay. No, I actually looked at the time per reward for each heist. And, like, for example, I can do Touch the Sky in like 12 minutes solo stealth. And what's the word, like a mil? That's pretty good. That's like half of Road Rage, but it's still pretty good. Road Rage with a crew, mind you, is about 7 minutes for a mil. That's too much probably, but it's fine. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have a heist that we can farm for a lot of cash really quickly. You guys tried to stop me with Rock the Cradle, but I came back even stronger than before. So that one's quick, 350k for 4 minutes. So time to money ratio, that's 75% of a Road Rage. So like that's like my baseline was Road Rage being like abysmally high. Just give me more money. Okay, we're coming to the end of the video now. I want to get to my final major point. So I just gave you a few reasons why C-stacks are a flawed system when purchasing weapon presets. I'd like you to consider the following now.
Please consider the following.
Almost all the cosmetics, and all the cosmetics that are worth my time, cost C-stacks. Several pairs of gloves cost just over 2 weeks of time to get when buying at my rate. That would be 300 C-stacks, it'd be about 2.2 weeks. That's a lot, considering there are at least 5 of them that I saw. Now, this is the worst part. This is the big criminal offender of C-stacks. The fact that the good cosmetics cost C-stacks and the presets cost C-stacks forces me to choose. Do I buy a preset weapon, or do I look drippy? Do I want to look drippy? Do I want to look good? Or do I want to have the cute little weapon skin? I think this shouldn't be a choice. It wasn't a choice in Payday 2. It shouldn't be a choice in this one. I know Payday 2 was far further into the life cycle. This is a brand new game. They're trying to make sure money is still worth things. I get it. This is me trying to tell you that it needs to be tweaked a little bit. Preferably don't go too far in the wrong direction. You've shown before, like with the armor up nerf, you've shown me that you won't go too far in any one direction. You will tweak it a little bit and you'll get some community feedback, so we'll see. This is my first bit of feedback. If I see you change something, I will give you a second bit of feedback. Whether it's rewarding you or telling you to go further, that'll be it. But with cosmetics in a game that has 35 pairs of gloves, I really shouldn't be too broke to afford a single one, and you can fix that by somehow maybe giving me more C-stacks, lowering the price, etc. There's all kinds of things you can do. I'm sure your team will think of something far better than what I came up with today. But we'll see. My final point is that I already deal with this garbage at the grocery store. Please let me afford to buy things in the game. Eggs are like $6 where I live. That is so much money. $6 for eggs. Can you believe that? Before we get to our conclusion, I just want to say thanks everybody for watching this video. I appreciate you a lot. Come check me out on my Twitch channel, or subscribe to the YouTube channel. Been having a lot of fun making videos. I know I haven't been doing too much recently, but you're appreciated if you've been hanging out, so thank you. So in conclusion, the current C-stack system is flawed, but a good idea. It doesn't respect my time when considering how long it takes to get a preset weapon especially, but cosmetic items are included in that as well. I think there need to be changes to things like the prices of C-stack weapon presets, or purchasing C-stacks in general. There need to be some changes to help me feel better about buying things with C-stacks. For anybody that's opposed to this, we don't need to be like crabs in a bucket, so just because you bought all the preset weapons and got to level 150 first, you're literally in the 0.1%, okay? I understand you're a player as well, but making sure the masses have fun over the 0.1% is more important every single time. People like me are going to play the game anyway. People that are going to play 12 hours a week are never going to see these preset weapons, so that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. You could feel like your time was wasted getting all the C-stacks and then buying all the presets and then they lower the price. I get it. It's going to hurt. It's for a better future. So, oh, and one more thing before I go. 2 weeks to buy this weapon charm. I can get it tomorrow with Prime shipping.